I'd like to introduce to Newrealities TV host Mr. Alan Steinfeld, who will be a moderator for the panel, and he'll introduce all our panelists and the reason why we are here today. So please give a round of applause to Mr. Alan Steinfeld.
Thank you. I guess I can sit down. I'm really happy to be a part of this panel because media is how we're going to change our culture and how we're going to change the world. And especially at this point in our history where we're moving, hopefully, out of a world of violence and chaos into one of more harmony, if we can. And I think there's nothing more powerful than film, internet, television even, publishing, as a way of changing consciousness. But just think of film. All that is light on a screen, you know, transmitting a message of human expression. And that's what we're here to do. We're these light beings here to communicate higher levels of consciousness so we can uplift the planet. And I think everyone on this panel's intention is to do that. So we're in great company because this is the future. If we don't do it, it's not going to be done. If the artist doesn't create the new way, the way can't be found. So it is up to people of consciousness to create, with the new forms of expression, a new mindset so the planet can have a space to move into. So I'm very happy these people on this panel today have dedicated their lives, really, their life to transformation. And they put that transformation into their art form and into their means of expression. This is really the most exciting thing anyone can do. And this is the most exciting time we can be in. All of history said they were living in the most exciting time. They were wrong. This is the most exciting time. Really. The access to media, to a global mind, with the internet being the nervous system of humanity, has a chance for all of us to come together as a singularity of force. And there's a lot of people trying to stop that. There's a lot of people trying to, and maybe we'll talk about that, trying to disperse who we are as a collective consciousness. But I don't think it's going to happen. There's more of us that are making this transformation. And so with that, I'd like to introduce people who have really put their lives on the line, in a sense, and they put their, not just their lives, their consciousness, their savings, we'll talk about that, their life savings into transformation. So you're going to get it all today, you know, mind, body, spirit. Over here we have Leon Stuparich, and his beautiful movie about really one of the heroes of our planet, one of the people who stands up for peace, the Dalai Lama's movie about traveling around with the Dalai Lama through England. And I love what the Dalai Lama said. He said, "My religion is kindness." So here's someone who's transcended Tibetan Buddhism in order to bring peace to the planet. So thank you for being here today. And we have next to him Oliver Howe from Germany, who made a beautiful movie called The Blue Jewel about, for me, it wasn't actually a movie. It was a meditation on spirit. You know, it transcended the old narrative forms, and it put out a level of who we are and the purity of our consciousness. That's what's so beautiful. So as I watched that film, I would go in and out of consciousness in a way. It was like shifted me. It was like a drug almost, but a good drug. It was a good drug. It was illegal. but it was a beautiful job, and it was really a visual meditation. Thank you for being here. And next to Oliver, we have my good friend James Carman, we lived near each other in New York, and, he just was talking about UFOs, and I said, I'm into UFOs, and not into it, but it's like UFOs, ETs, they are the future that we are about to embrace and have embraced in many ways. And if we don't make that leap from us being just a blue jewel into realizing who we are as part of a cosmic civilization, if we don't make that collectively, then I think we're done for. And then it's over. And then it's like we're just going to collapse in on ourselves. So unless we can branch out into space, people say I'm out there too much, but if we can go out into space and start to realize who we are as humanity, that's our next step. And James' film, The Hidden Hand, is about that awakening, and it is an awakening. If you're new to that subject and you don't know anything about it, you need to see that film because it will shift your consciousness. And if you do know about it, if you are aware of it, it will weave together many of the parts that seem very separate. So thanks for being here, James. Carman. And my new good friend, Dolores Cannon, who I just interviewed, has dedicated 45 years of research, 17 books, created a publishing company, a media complex now of what it is to wake up to our true nature as spiritual beings. I mean, this is what your life's work has been about. And I'm so happy you and Ozark Publishing can be here. Thank you very much for being on the panel. Michael Perlin with his 3 magic words, which is the message of who we really are. I mean, that's like key. Unless we know who we really are as beings, we're not going to make the shift into everything else everyone's talking about. So his film, 3 Magic Words, plants the seeds of awakening, of what's possible, of realizing our higher nature. And that's one of the most important things we can do is understand that experience and what you give people. So thank you for being here, Michael. And next to me is Linda Moulton Howe, one of my favorite reporters. I spend nights with her up till 4 in the morning when she's on Coast to Coast every month. I just have to hear what her latest research is because she is one of the heroes, one of the brave people who put her life on the line in order to investigate what's really happening on this planet as far as anomalous experience, as far as what the rest of the media will ignore and say it's nothing or not even report. Linda is out there saying you got to pay attention. There's something going on here, and unless we pay attention, we're asleep. So Linda, for since 35 years, Emmy Award-winning documentary filmmaker. Her films about cattle mutilation, Strange Harvests are really important to fit into this picture of this higher consciousness interacting with our planet. Her work is invaluable in creating this transition in our culture. She also just testified in front of former members of Congress about the reality of UFOs and really, in a way, had to make them listen to what was really going on. And I think some of them did listen. Yeah. We'll get to that. So this is Linda Moulton Howe. Let's give her a hand. So this is a transformational consciousness.